Spawnism is dead, right? Not really. If you don't already know, Spawnism is a Roblox cult, but nobody really talked to the people behind it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I was recently given an opportunity to interview both Chezble and Klaask, two of the most notable Spawnists in Spawnism. Now, by the time I'm making this video, Spawnism as a topic is probably dead, but I was still interested in hearing what these people had to say and asking them questions about how they live and why they do what they do.
No, I'm not a bad person.
Why not? Why don't you see yourself as a bad person?
Before we start, I would recommend watching this video, because a lot of what Trickster says here relates to the stuff he talked about there.
But what even is Spawnism?
Spawnism is a Forsaken-inspired cult recruiting on Twitter and operating on Discord and Telegram.
But it's not just like one group of people, it's like a bunch of groups acting very similarly. They recruit teens through Twitter onto Discord to commit various acts for them. These acts vary from server to server, but I'll talk more about that later on. First, I want to tell you the inspiration behind Spawnism.
In the mid-90s, there was this program called Srupl, and on there was the original Spawn logo that Roblox then used as a free asset in their game.
And a couple years go by, and this game called Forsaken comes out. It's heavily inspired by Roblox culture, and that's part of why people like it so much.
Forsaken was created and released in late 2024 to early 2025. It was a survival horror game inspired by Dead by Daylight and Pillar Shady 2.
The game was formerly owned by the scripter called Soul Driven Love, and they added this character to test their scripting capabilities. Most people love this new character.
And so lore was created.
A former contributor made lore expansions for 2Time and created the character Azure. Azure is 2Time's partner, and they were both in the cult that believed that you can live twice. 2Time went more devoted to the cult and believed that if they sacrificed Azure, they would get another chance at life. In reality, there was no second life, and 2Time was living a lie.
But this powerful being called the Spectre, notice what 2Time did.
Spectre is this all-powerful being who made the entire realm of Forsaken.
The Spectre likes to put people who are going through grief and despair into this purgatory-like place.
And in this purgatory-like place called Forsaken, the Spectre gaslit 2Time into believing that their beliefs were true. And before I show you what Spawnism was like, let me show you what it's like right now. Spawnism usually operates and advertises on sites where you can find impressionable teens. And so I started by looking up Spawnism on TikTok. Wow, okay. Let's remove the ism. Let's do Spawn. Yep. They all use the same audio. I'm guessing that this audio file... Yeah, there you go. You click on this audio file and you can see all the posts about Spawnism. Realizing said audio file, dude. Oh my god. What you called it a sound, right? And so I looked through a couple posts and yeah, most of it is just like role play. They're not really like servers or like spreading links. I found a link. Hopefully it's not weird. Yeah, our first server, it's not really weird. But other than that one, I didn't find any other links through my doom scrolling. It was just that one Discord server link. Okay, so I found a really bad one. They're rubbing their fingers on this like spawn symbol, and they have like either paint or blood on their fingers. So it's not good. But you can look in the comments, you see this person called Irie, and they're using a very specific set of emojis, which you might have seen before. Map Pride Furry? Oh, hell no! Somebody wrote this out, dude. I love Gubby so much. Oh, again, super awesome. TikTok is saying participating in this activity could result in you or others getting hurt. That's awesome. Dude, TikTok, that's for you. Somehow their AI identified that this could hurt someone. Maybe it had to do with the word burning, but still. At least it's a whole lot better than what Roblox is doing.
It's fucking all Spawnism, dude. It's fucking,
In Roblox's defense, I don't really think that these are that harmful, right? They don't have a Discord server linked, most of them. This guy has his YouTube channel link. And yeah, I went to his channel. I'm the most hated Roblox. He's not really a Spawnist. He just kind of made the game to get attention, I guess. But from what I've seen on Roblox, I couldn't find anything that linked to anything dangerous. If I go to Reddit, everybody just kind of like goes against it. r/lies, Spawnism is real. Now you might be wondering why I brought up Reddit. That was because a couple weeks ago, there was this Reddit sub. I don't know what's called. Reddit, subreddit? Something like that. But it was about Spawnism and sacrifices, and only recently was it taken down. So yeah, big ups to Reddit. But Twitter is where the problems kind of start. Okay, so it's not censored. Spawnism isn't censored, but most of them seem like alright. Like this guy, he just clearly painted this. You know, okay. Dude, like this is just surface level internet, dude. I looked up Spawnism on Twitter and I scrolled down a little bit and I see this photo. I can't describe the photo because it's really bad. And surprisingly, yeah, it didn't take too long to find the first link. I clicked on the link and so yeah, Discord already took it down. Discord is doing a good job at this. There's also one more website you can visit in which you can see a collection of servers. I'm not going to tell you what that website is, but these are some of the servers I joined. All of them have this section where you verify and you have to fill out an application. They're using AppyBot. Every single server was using AppyBot. Is there a big conspiracy going on? Do the same people run these servers? Who knows? I know. I'm gonna do some investigation. And this is the gateway. Oh my god. Dude. Okay, so I joined these servers and this guy DMs me. He's like, please refrain from this, blah, blah, blah. It's copy version of Spawnism. Please join this server. This server has these people, these comm kids from X-Spawnists. Just looking at the server list, I can tell these people aren't up to any good, dude. This is where everything goes down. This is Spawnism. These are all the people that joined. Look at the emojis. Look at the emojis. Hold on, we've seen these emojis before. And I was checking out this other server where they had a PSA looking out for this guy who was claiming that, oh, you're in the fake Spawnism, whatever, join the gateway. Guess who DM'd me? Guess who's also in the Spawnism gateway. Look right here. His account right here. So yeah, Spawnism is very much still alive. Most of the kids on TikTok are just pretending like they're role playing or they just want attention. On Reddit, it's not much of an issue. On Twitter, it is an issue. People are posting really bad images, but it's mostly anti-spawn kind of stuff. But on Discord, it's bad. So that probably leaves you wondering, how did Spawnism even start? And it's not how you think it started, because I actually discovered some new information. You see, this person called Tak9ans is largely attributed as starting the idea of Spawnism, of worshipping these characters from Forsaken. And the story goes that some people from 764 and these extortion groups picked up Tak9ans' idea and used it for their own malicious gain. But I had a lot of time on my hands, so I did a little bit of more research. And July 4th is the earliest date I could find that Tak9ans was talking about Spawnism. But it wasn't the first mention of Spawnism as a religion on Twitter. No, that was Gambling Bun Bun. And it's a screenshot from a Discord server claiming not to be a roleplay server and actually believing in Spawnism. This is around late April of 2025. There are some earlier mentions of Spawnism on Twitter, but they're like screenshots from TikTok. Spawnism as a concept was really developing around April, like late April of 2025. Whereas Tak9ans was taking credit all the way in July. They could still be the creator. Like I tried reaching out to them, but they had everything closed. But from everything I've been seeing, Spawnism as a movement was really establishing itself during April, and Tak9ans was taking credit all the way in July. The first mention of Spawnism related started around early May of 2025 on Twitter. I'm not going to show their name in this video, but I will have everything listed in a document on my server. They said, love starving myself for this spawn. Not much to say about this. This kind of just seems like either a cry for help or like a cry for attention. The other posts from this account are like around the same kind of theme. But the second one I found was a little more interesting. It was from this person called and they have this photo of scratches on themselves, vaguely in the shape of like a spawn symbol or like a star. And they said, you inspired me to join yesterday. Thank you for your blessing. I made this marking yesterday as well. And they're responding to this person who I can't view because the account owner limits who can view their post. Again, this was May 10th. Most likely the person they were responding to was the first or one of the first harm-based Spawnism groups that inspired all these other like extortion kids to hop on, like Chezble and Klaask. I'm sick. But I think this does sort of establish the timeline. People were starting to take Spawnism seriously during April. It started to get more malicious during May, and it just blew up during July. Hi guys, quick interruption. I interviewed 3 people for this next part, but one of them had BPD, and I asked them if they wanted their like voice censored in the video, and they just stopped messaging, like they disappeared from the internet. So just to be safe, I'm gonna summarize what they said instead of actually having our call, because I can't know for sure if they're having like a BPD episode or like what's going on in their mind and if they were like fully in it. Right, so I'll just end up ad-libbing their story. Let's call this person John. John is a 14-year-old furry, and they joined Twitter a year ago. John was an artist, and they saw Twitter as a way to showcase their Dandy's World fan art. But pretty soon, when Forsaken came out, they fell in love with the aesthetics and the style of these characters. In fact, John started role-playing as one of these characters on Twitter. John was such a big fan of roleplay that they decided to join one of these Spawnism servers that was being advertised on Twitter. You could pretend to be a part of this big group, and it made John happy. But John wanted the server to be more strict. They wanted wanted to be more serious. You see, random people would join the server and make fun of John and their friends for roleplaying, and the moderators, they would just allow it. Conveniently, one day, John saw this other server being advertised on Twitter, which offered more serious devotion to Spawnism. And being frustrated with the previous server, John would go on to join this new one. People in the server would have John do all sorts of rituals, like burning paper with the spawn symbol on it, or writing people's names on John's arms. So one day, the leader of this group coerced John into sending photos. The leader's name was Chezble. After doing so, they immediately regretted it, realizing that this is too far. Roleplay shouldn't go this far. And that's where our call sort of left off. I just want to remind you all, if something like this is happening to you, or something serious is going on, there are cyber tip lines from the FBI. I've been saying this for so long. Please don't send any personally identifiable information, or like your face or your name, anywhere online. You don't know where it can go. If you've already done these things, I urge you to email Discord to delete all of your data. This doesn't delete saved copies of your data, but it does ensure that new people won't be able to access it. And if you think people might be looking for you, just make sure to use a VPN. Ask me how I know. The next two people I interviewed were just twins sharing an account, and they did provide sufficient screenshots for me to believe that they were involved in Spawnism. I did end up cutting out a lot of the more like graphic details, so sorry if it's too short. How did you get into Spawnism?
Just like having like a Forsaken, like alter, I have like dissociative, I have like a dissociative disorder.
Where were you first introduced to it? Was it on Twitter? Or?
Yeah, it was on Twitter.
If or how were you encouraged to do these rituals?
Like it wasn't in like a do it way. It was just like a good job. Just spawn will be pleased kind of way. Like at first I was doing it willingly.
At first?
Well, like one of my like friends like kind of like forced me to like stay inside the group.
How bad was Spawnism on Twitter?
It isn't as bad as people say it is on Twitter. The only like bad things that like are going on is like it's only like the like promoting those like Discord links so then they could like kids.
Do you play Forsaken?
Yeah, I used to and I still do kind of because I got banned on my main.
Why do you get banned?
I'm pretty sure it's because of the Spawnism stuff too.
Do you think that the Spawnism people are good people?
Some of them are and some of them aren't good people. Most of them are just like mentally ill kids that like just like found out what Spawnism was and they decided to like take part in it because their favorite character also like believes in Spawnism.
Were you happy in Spawnism?
I mean, I wasn't really happy. I was just like there, I guess. But like I was like in delusion and I genuinely thought that the spawn was real though, so
how has this impacted you?
I've like for like a spawn a lot and like it kind of just caused me to like relapse into self-harm again. But I've also been getting kind of paranoid about like my brother like ended up like showing his like almost like his I think to Chezble and I'm just scared of him leaking them.
I feel like I ended the last part a little early. So while I go to the next part, I want you to remember the last part and the last sentence that the person I interviewed said. If you know nothing about Spawnism, you probably don't know who Klaask and Chezble are. They're basically the two most notable Spawnism leaders. There was also this third one called Overlord Dreamy, but his entire server got taken down while I was making this video. I did get an interview with him though. Klaask is the first one I interviewed, and he put 764 and NLM in his username. These are two extremely notable extortion groups. What's also notable about Klaask is that he's the co-owner of this forums website called Skibbity Farms. And they're also closely linked with this other group called the UTDP. It's a whole bunch of, stuff, but I'm not going to get into it because this is a Spawnism video. But I was given an opportunity to interview this guy. I did verify that it was him by having him post on his Skibbity Farms account. Skibbity Farm, that's a crazy name, dude. Before we start, I just want to let you know, this isn't a video about exposing these people and like finding out where they are and reporting them. I'm not a vigilante. I turned 16 a couple days ago. I really only made this video to understand why these people do what they do, just like Channel 5 and Vice and Tommy G and all these other like creators. But law enforcement in the US is aware of Spawnism. Also, Klaask didn't want to use his voice and just sent me messages when I was talking to him in call. So I had some of my friends who are over 18 read it out. Your name's Klaask, but you also go by Emperor Glenn. What inspired that name? Why did you...
I joined the UTTP in 2023 and started leading around the end of 2024. It's just a naming convention. By convention, I mean the prefixes UTTP tend to have in front of their names, e.g. officer, general, emperor, etc. It's nothing of, and it's honestly just a minor trivial detail. I don't really go by General Glenn UTTP or whatever anymore. It's so whatever.
How many levels are there to this system?
It varies from server to server.
But in the one you were in the UTTP,
the ones I ran had 5 to 6.
How do people get into these levels? What did they have to do?
The people who wanted to join would have to complete a verification task. In the largest server I ran, they'd send pictures of themselves, which I would save to a spreadsheet alongside their username. These kids were used for CP spam.
I need to know what the fuck this guy's on, because like actually, what the fuck? I just keep listening to all of these and it just keeps on getting worse and worse and like, it's insane how like even these kids who are trying to be extorters are being extorted themselves in the whole process. Like taking their pictures, putting it on a spreadsheet, and the moment they act out, they're like, hey, I got this picture of you, which is so fucked up.
Established extorters had a different process. These are for the low-ranking kids who spam us.
Okay, so for the higher ranks, how do you get into it?
They would send us proof of their extortion.
They'd extort signs for us.
Do you see yourself as a bad person?
No, I'm not a bad person.
Oh no.
Objective morality does not exist.
Oh, you're under like Socrates arc, dude. You're on some philosophy. Objective morality does not exist. Another question I might have then is, what does constitute bad in your opinion? What is unacceptable?
Nothing is unacceptable, though I dislike snitches. Snitches are unprincipled. Unprincipled people are not like mine. I do not really care much about what constitutes a good or a bad person.
I mean, what if somebody was extorting someone that was close to you? Like, let's say if you have a mom.
People who get extorted usually deserve it due to their own stupidity.
Are you comfortable sharing your age?
I'm almost 19.
Let's say when you were living with your family, were you happy living with them?
Respectfully, I don't really think personal questions are that relevant to the topics at hand here.
What brought you online and where did you start your online journey, so to say?
Well, causing harm online has always been appealing to me. It's appealing to a lot of people.
How were you first introduced to causing harm online? What first brought you to it?
I don't really remember.
How young were you?
Around 16.
What game were you introduced? Like, were you even on Roblox?
No, I wasn't on Roblox or any other game. I started off with UTT.
But you don't remember where you first interacted with UTTP?
I used to hang out with people who extorted on Discord, like random people. I accidentally stumbled across them and took a liking to the sort of shit they did.
Are you happy with what you do?
Yes.
I mean, do you make money? And if so, how?
I don't make money. I've extorted for cash before, but I usually spend that on keeping the site I co-own up. I don't make any personal profit. I'm not in it for the money.
Extorting is big in the community, apparently. Do you view that as,
I extort no.
How do the kids pay you? The kids have credit cards, or are they like older kids?
Steam gift cards, which we convert to crypto via local coin swap. Extorting money is something rare compared to the other stuff we do. Mostly we extort signs for IRL shit.
What is the age range, if you could give me an age range?
Probably 13 to 16, I don't really know.
What's the youngest?
Lowest would be 11. Most of the shit I do is done through proxies. I have recruits who I instruct to extort kids. As when I teach them how to do it, I have them get the shit required and I guide them through it. And they get content out of these kids from me. It's how I get content for 764 and LLM.
For 764, I get extortion content, and for MLM, I get kids through washing and shit.
I'm not sure if I asked you. Did I ask you what the worst thing you did, or like you got someone else to do?
I might be linked to a few. I don't really know, since you can never really confirm that sort of shit. Emphasis on might.
Did you personally encourage any of this?
Yeah, me and the people I had working for me.
Was Spawnism your idea? Whose idea was Spawnism?
Spawnism was some random thing that I was able to capitalize on. I did it so I could use it to farm content for 764.
Who created it?
It was some trend. I don't know who created it. If it can even be narrowed down to one person.
How do you recruit people into Spawnism?
We have kids. We advertise on Twitter mostly.
What sort of hashtags are you going under?
On TikTok too.
Hashtag Spawnism, hashtag Forsaken, hashtag Twitter.
Do you think the kids are responsible for themselves? Do you think they know what they're doing?
I'm aware that they're vulnerable, naive, and don't know the full extent of what they're doing. It's not really my concern.
Have you ever offered kids protection in exchange for whatever you want?
No, the Spawnism shit is based on convincing these kids they have a family and shit.
But as more and more people make videos on Spawnism, are you gonna keep the same promise? Or is it like, how are you gonna go about this?
I can convince them the videos are slanderous and fake.
If you would be comfortable sharing, what country are you from?
I currently reside somewhere in Eastern Europe.
Where do you think most Spawnists live? Like what country?
Most of the kids are from the US.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
No one can know what their future's like for certain.
Where do you want to be?
Not sure.
Do you have any passions, hobbies other than extortion?
I'll go on the side.
Arson? Jesus. Sorry.
Lots of stuff.
Have you ever played Forsaken?
No.
So then, if you're running Spawnism, then and you don't know about like Forsaken and the lore, how are you gonna do it efficiently, right?
I have subordinates who work under me.
They play the game. They know the lore.
I asked you this yesterday as well. What do you think about Chezble?
Chezble is harmless. He just gets kids to write on themselves and marker and shit.
Chezble, just to confirm, Chezble is an Oscar He was just using a lol cow from Scooby Farms, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Are you and Chezble acquaintances?
We're acquaintances.
I should tell you, they're not. I interviewed Chezble next, and I asked him about what Klaask said. Chezble doesn't agree with this. I don't know though. It was a little hard to verify if this was the real Chezble since his Twitter account was taken down. And I'll be honest, there's a lot of fake Chezbles going around, using Chezble's name as a way to instantly gain clout and like recognition in these like Spawnism spheres. But there are some key giveaways. Firstly, his grammar, the way he talks, he's always using punctuation, periods, a very formal way of talking. And secondly, he sent us pictures of Oscar that haven't ever been released. If you're unfamiliar with who Oscar is, he was a mentally ill man that Chezble used as his online alias, allegedly. Again, things can never be 100% confirmed, but from my call, Chezble was very careful about the words he chose and how he spoke to me. I don't believe he'd be sloppy enough to just leak his face like that, right? I did also ask him, but obviously, you know, he might not be telling the truth, so I'm operating on like a 90% certainty that this is him. Another notable thing to say is that before interviewing him, he asked for a ritual. I entertained the idea just to see what he would ask, but we kind of just drew the line when he started asking for us to turn on our cameras, and we like canceled the interview. But you know, we wait like a couple hours and Chezble hits us back up being like, okay, you can do another ritual for me. You're gonna have to sing one of two songs. You can either sing Obama Have a Day, 1 hour, or you can sing Sigma Boy. This is the same guy who's allegedly behind one of the most publicized exploitation rings in recent times. Dude, I mean, how unserious can you... We have Skibbity Farms, and we have Chezble telling us to sing either Obama Have a Day or Sigma Boy. Like, yeah, what? I don't know, dude. It's crazy. It's crazy. Chezble, much like Klaask, didn't end up speaking. He kept his mic closed and he only replied in messages. So again, I had my friends read out the messages. Also, Expo was in the call. So Chezble, do you see yourself as a bad person?
Yes, I want to be seen as a bad person, but I myself don't really think so.
Doing what you do, are you happy?
Yes.
Were you happy before, like engaging with this sort of content or engaging with this sort of extortion, I guess?
Yes.
Do you think doing this made you even happier?
Possibly.
Why do you do it? What motivates you?
Boredom.
How old are you, Chezble?
I will not disclose that.
Do you believe I am over 18?
I don't know.
Take a guess.
Will you validate my guess? My guess is you're over 18. Are you?
Then that may be your answer.
Cool. Is this your first time doing extortion stuff? Or have you been extorting before this?
Not at all.
Is this like the only hobby you have? Like the only thing you enjoy doing?
I do have other hobbies.
Like what? What other hobbies do you have? What do you like doing?
Cannot disclose that.
Do you make money off of extortion or spawnism?
No.
Would you like to?
No.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years? I don't know.
I currently do not see myself in 10 years.
What's the most important thing in your life?
My life.
Besides your life, what is the most important thing to you?
My enjoyment.
Have you ever played Forsaken?
Not really.
What brought you to spawnism?
Boredom.
Who started spawnism?
I do not know.
Do you think the kids that you're impacting, do you think they know what they're doing?
I believe they very much do know. So, if you spread in front of a camera, you would be very much aware.
Chezble, how many minors have you like made? Can you give us like an estimate?
Secret.
What's the worst thing you think you had someone do?
Good question.
That's just his answer. That's all he said. How did you join this side of the internet? What brought you to it?
I will not disclose that.
Chezble, do you respect anybody?
Yes, I do.
Who and why?
Myself. I managed to do this.
Do what? What did you manage to do?
What do you think?
I don't know. You tell me. What are goals you strive towards?
You cannot know my goals yet.
Okay.
What are your initiatives, basically?
All of it.
All of it? What do you mean all of it? Like just what is attention something that you strive towards?
Attention was not a part of my plan.
All right, but you continue to allow YouTubers to interview, so I feel like a part of it is attention, right?
If the YouTuber sings from your soul, they very much deserve an interview.
Chezble, do you get when you extort minors?
Depends on the minor in question.
Alrighty, now I'm here. Trickster wanted to sleep, so I'm doing the outro. I don't really know what to say, except Spawnism is disgusting. It's all made up. It's a cult based on a Roblox spawn point run by horrible people extorting children, many of which are in possession of Please do not interact with these people or groups, they are dangerous. Anyway, thank you to everybody who bought the shirts and stuff in Trickster's group. Support this man because this video is phenomenal. Also, if something serious is happening to you, like, well, being extorted, reach out to somebody you trust, tell your parents, and there's a lot of places you can look for help. Do not give out your location, face, or name online. The internet is a dangerous place and you never know who's on the other side of the screen. Yeah, that's about all. Stay safe out there.
Trickst? Her? Swodo? Wait a minute. Oh my god, I get what it says.
Trickster.